I'm finishing my recap of Sister Wives, Season 6, Episode 14, Polygamous Flash Mob, which is when Leon and Aspen graduated from high school. And I was talking about the fortune teller, and we are down to 3 fortunes to share, which is one, Robyn, the other is Kody, and the other is Janelle. So I'm going to start with Janelle because I'm going in the order it was in the episode. So I think the woman was talking about Mary, but she said to Janelle, have you and her had a fight recently? Mary had just gone. Mary was in the background. So I think she was talking about Mary, but she didn't say, did you and Mary? So maybe it's one of those editing things where she gestured and like Christine was just at a point of view or anything. But if it was Mary, I was a little surprised because Janelle's like, no, not at all. She's like, you guys haven't had any conflict. And she's like, no. And Kody's like, oh, I think she was confusing some of my other wives, which is probably another dig at Christine because he had a couple other ones earlier. But what I thought was interesting about that was we later on found out that Janelle and Mary had many conflicts, and that we knew they had conflicts at this time. In fact, Janelle and Mary, they had brought up a lot of the conflicts because of the house building, and Janelle felt like Mary had gotten more than her share. I'm not going to get into that here because people have really strong opinions on it, and actually so do I. But anyway, there was clearly some old hurt. Oh, I managed to accidentally stop myself. There had been some hurts from long before the show started. We don't know all of them. We kind of find them out in retrospect. They did go back at some point and get therapy. And I think at some point Janelle was like, whatever, I don't care. So I thought that was kind of funny. Then we get to Robyn, and well, first of all, Robyn knew quite a bit about tarot because she was like, oh, I know that these two to go together, they mean something different and stuff. And I was like, Robyn really knows. Like, it surprised me. I did a whole video on how I was kind of surprised that they had a tarot reader just because they'd been going on and on about how, you know, they are, anyway, you can go find the video and hear it yourself. But anyway, seemed like she knew a lot about the cards and what was happening and all that. And the woman was like, well, you're something about money and how when you worry about money too much, it impedes the flow of money. And I was like, oh, like we need to think Robyn needs encouragement to spend money, or it's like there's a difference between worrying about money and like having a budget or whatever. So Robyn's like, oh no, don't worry. I don't worry about money at all. And they're like, she's like, good, you don't have to. And of course I was laughing because it's like, yeah, she didn't have to because she was bilking all of, you know, everybody else went and got a job. Mary went and did the LuLaRoe thing. Everyone else went and worked, and she has not and still doesn't. Anyway, and then Robyn said, I have never not paid a bill. And we were like, we just saw like a 3 or 4 episode arc where you had to pay off all your collections. And as near as I can tell, some of the other wives paid it off. And that's not even what they paid off. But when she first joined the family, and all this stuff. And I thought, what do you mean you never missed a bill? That was your whole big thing about how you were this poor single mom who couldn't pay all her bills. And she had thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in collections, and they almost didn't get the house because of it. I was like, what is happening? And then the last one was Kody. And the reference to Kody was that he was going to get another wife. And immediately Robyn was like, no, I'm done. Shut it all down. I'm done with the tarot reader. She was not happy. But seems like a lot of the rest of it was true. So I guess we're going to see if Kody, because she doesn't say you're going to keep all your existing wives and get another one. She just said there's another wife out there. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think that's really going to happen, but I do think they would consider pretending they're going to get another wife if they kept the show going, or if Robyn ever left him, he might get another wife. I don't know.